Jefferson County Court at Law number 2 is in session in cause number M323227. Case is style of State of Texas versus Samuel Hayden Falk. Samuel Hayden Falk was scheduled for sentencing this morning at 9 a.m. Samuel Hayden Falk is not present. His attorney is present. And his attorney is Attorney John Macy. Attorney Macy, how are you doing?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome. State is represented in this case by Attorney Andrew Huber. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, now, Mr. Macy,
Yes, Your Honor.
you stated earlier before court started that Mr. Falk could not be here, and that you presented the court with a excuse from a doctor. Is that correct?
That's,
Now,
Yes,
let's
Your
not get
Honor.
into Mr. Falk's medical conditions
no,
in open court. Okay.
I was just gonna say that, I received that doctor's letter that I forwarded to y'all. I received that this morning. So, as far as I know, that's an excuse for him not being present today. I haven't really talked to him. I just received that today from his mother. I haven't talked to him. I didn't, because I didn't know that that was gonna happen or that he was gonna be present until maybe 10 minutes before court. Maybe a half hour before court, I'm not sure, but at any rate, so I forwarded you that letter. And I think the prosecutor has.
The state has a copy of that letter.
That's correct, Your Honor.
And
Okay.
so,
And state, what's your position? I know this case was is set for here, a citizen.
The state's position is if this excuse is confirmed, then state would have no objection to defendant's absence from this hearing. But if it's found that this is incorrect or forged in some way, then the state will be moving for a bond forfeiture.
Okay, so at this point, what we're going to do today, we'll try to get our court coordinators to confirm the letter. Okay, and Mr. Macy, you're free to go. You excuse. And if we'll keep you informed of the developments.
thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, so you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you to County Court at Law number 2. My name is Judge Terrence Holmes. I'm the presiding judge here in County Court at Law number 2. This morning, we have 3 dockets. First docket is announcement docket. Second docket is our motion to revoke document or show cause hearing docket. Now, our first case is Arthur Harmon Jr. Mr. Harmon, would you please come forward? Mr. Harmon, your full name is Arthur Joe Harmon Jr.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Harmon?
Good.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Mr. Harmon, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, how are you doing?
Doing well, Judge.
That's good. And the state is represented in this case by Attorney Haley Simmons. Attorney Simmons, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Mr. Adams, what's your announcement in Mr. Harmon's case?
Judge, this is our first appearance in
Okay.
here, so I just wanna, a reset, and then I'm gonna get with him next week in my office, but this is our first time up here.
Okay, have you received your discovery in the case?
Yes, I did get discovery in the case, and I do have the DVD.
Okay, give us a reset date.
March 10th.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 10th, 2025. Mr. Harmon, you're gonna get your reset from the attorney. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Please stand in front of the court coordinator. Next case is Ricky Nguyen.
He's here.
We're still discussing that case.
Oh, y'all still, you want me to hold?
Well, what I was gonna do is, I didn't wanna put it on the trial docket, because I think we're gonna be able to work it out. I just wanted to have one reset on that case, and then I can get with Andrew, and I think it's gonna end up clean.
Mr. Nguyen, would you come forward?
So I wasn't asking for a trial.
Okay, Mr. Nguyen. Your full name is Ricky Trong Nguyen?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Nguyen? That's good. And Mr. Adams, what's your announcement in Mr. Nguyen's case?
Just to put it on one more announcement docket, and I'm gonna get with Mr. Andrew, and hopefully we can bring it to a resolution, but I wasn't asking for a trial.
Okay, so we'll reset it on the same date of,
Can I do them both on the same day?
oh, you can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
So both of them
That'd
are
be
gonna be
fine.
on the 12th?
Yes.
Okay, so this case will be reset to March 12th, 2025. Mr. Nguyen, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat. And that chair, second chair, and Mr. Adams, I think this is your last
Only
two.
two I got.
Okay, you're
Thank
free to go and you have a blessed day. You can get
Appreciate
your reset from our coordinator. Andy Baraka. Okay, we need have to get up. Prosecutor.
That's fine.
Now, how do you pronounce your last name?
Baraka,
Baraka?
got it.
Okay. How you doing, Ms. Baraka?
All is well.
That's good. And you're representing your case by your attorney, Mackenzie Schaefer, and Attorney Schaefer, how are you doing?
I'm well, sir. How are you, Judge?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And what is your announcement in Ms. Baraka's case?
Your Honor, this case was just transferred from next door, and I'm in the middle of speaking with the state on this. Is it okay if we could hold on this?
Yeah, I'll hold on it.
Okay,
Okay,
and
just have a seat.
Okay.
and it's gonna be the same announcement for Carriana Sims, who's,
Ms. Sims, we'll hold on that one too.
okay,
Okay,
thank you. Is it okay if I take him out
That's-
outside the courtroom?
yes.
Mr. Nguyen?
That door is locked, Mr. Nguyen, you have to go through that door. Enola Linsenby? Or- Your name is Enola Linsenby?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, Ms. Linsenby?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Ms. Lindsay, your case was reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney, is that correct?
Yeah.
Have you hired your attorney?
I'm gonna be using Jason Nix, so I was gonna ask for a reset.
Okay, And, give us a reset date. March, okay, this case will be reset to March 12th, 2025, to give you an opportunity to hire Mr. Nix. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. You're welcome. Bart Mathern. Mr. Mathern, your full name is Bart Mathern.
See the third, Christopher. Yes, sir.
How you doing, Mr. Mathern? Good. I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Mathern, your case was reset the last time to
Yes,
give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. Have you hired your attorney?
no, sir, I'm afraid not. There was a lot of, since the first time I met you, there was a lot of losing a job, trying to recruit in the Christmas time, and just couldn't afford it at the time.
Okay, now you said you couldn't afford one at the time.
Yes, sir.
Are you telling the court that you may be able to afford one now?
I'm back in the groove of it, 2 months into a new job, and, yes, sir.
So
That's correct.
what we're going to do, we're gonna give you, now you want to reset the hire an attorney, is that what you're asking? Okay. Okay, just hold on a minute. Let's do this here. We need to. Hmm? Yeah, that paperwork. It should be up there. It should be where it says, judge's explanation. And the waiver. Is there a waiver? Okay. Now, I'm going to give you. A prosecutor is handing you 2 documents. And based on what you're saying, the first document is judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney. That's the same document that you read and signed the last time. At that time, at the bottom of this document, it says, defendant's choice. You put your initials on the first line stating that you want to reset the case to hire your own attorney. Do you remember that?
Yes, sir.
Now, if you state that you want to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself, you would have to put your initials on that the 5th line. Okay? And you'll sign and date it today's date. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, I do.
Okay, now, in this document, it explains to you that you have 3 options. You can hire an attorney, that's 1. Number 2, if you cannot afford to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney to be appointed to represent you. And number 3, you may represent yourself. And now you cannot, now, if you want to hire an attorney, case it will be reset to give you time to hire an attorney. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney and you would like to have an attorney to represent you, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial affidavit or financial questionnaire asking, well, in that questionnaire, you'd have to fill out the first page of that document and the second page. And then the court will determine whether or not you qualify for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. Now, the second paragraph states that if you want to represent yourself, you cannot speak to the prosecutor unless you first sign a written waiver of your right to be represented by an attorney. That waiver is the second document that you have in front of you. That's titled Waiver of Counsel for purposes of entering a plea or proceeding to trial. Now, you'd have to read and sign that document and date it. Now, you should be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you in your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Now, if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that? Okay, now you can, on that first document, make your choice, and then I'll see what your choice is. And you're gonna hand that document to the bailiff. The bailiff is gonna hand that document to me. Thank you. Okay, now the next document is your waiver of counsel. Okay, and that document, waiver of counsel for the purpose of inter guilty plea of proceeding trial and states, I have been advised of the nature and charges against me and the dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. My waiver is voluntarily and intelligently made. Voluntarily basically means that no one is forcing you to enter this plea. You're doing it of your own free will. And intelligently made means that you know what you're doing. It says, furthermore, I have been advised this, and the day is the 5th of February of 2025, by County Court at Law number 2 of my right to representation by counsel in the case pending against me. I have been further advised that if I'm unable to afford counsel, one will be appointed to me free of charge. Understanding my right to have counsel appointed to me free of charge, if I'm not financially able to afford counsel, I wish to waive that right and request the court to proceed with my case without an attorney being appointed to represent me. I hereby waive my right to counsel, and if that is your choice, then you'll place your signature on the line that's titled defendant, and you will date it today's date. And you can hand that document to the bailiff. Okay, now, Mr. Mathern. First document that I have is judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
Can I swear you? Would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you may put your hand down. Now, this first document, judge's explanation of rights to defendants without attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And are these your initials on the line that state you would like to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself? On the next document that's titled waiver of counsel for purpose of entering guilty plea or proceeding in trial, you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Mathern, before you sign and initial these documents that I just showed you, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Mathern, just have a seat in the gallery, and one of the prosecutors is gonna come out and talk to you. All right,
Yes, sir.
you can have a seat. Okay, did you have the resets already? Police Jones? Um, Ms. Jones, you represented in this case by Tom Burbank. Mr. Burbank is currently in trial in another court. Therefore, he won't be here today, so your case will be reset. You're gonna get your reset from our court. What's that date? Okay, this case is gonna be reset to March 12th, 2025. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. Once you get your reset, you're free to go on your blessed day. Okay. Shaniqua Oliphant. Miss Oliphant, your full name is Shaniqua Oliphant? Yes. How you doing, Miss Oliphant? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Oliphant. You are also represented by Tom Burbank, is that correct?
I haven't spoken. I've never spoken to my lawyer.
Okay, but he was appointed to represent her, right? Okay, so you were appointed Thomas Burbank. He's currently in trial. He will not be here today. And so your case is going to be reset. You need to stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. They will be given your court days. And you're gonna get your reset. Once you get your reset from our court coordinator, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. Please stand in front of the coordinator. Jose David Vargas Perez. So he's still not here. Okay. Oh, he's in custody? Okay. Okay.
Do you have a list to give people for the interlock places that you can go to? Where's that list?
They had that over there.
Okay.
Yeah. Are we ready on Sims? Carry on Sims.
Yes, Your Honor.
Carry on Sims.
We are ready for trial.
Okay, so you're gonna set it for trial?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. We'll reset this case for trial. What's the trial date?
March 17th.
Okay, this case will be reset to March 17th, 2025. And Ms. Sims, you're gonna get your reset from our court coordinator. Case is reset for trial March 17th, 2025. Candy Baraka,
And Your Honor, we are announcing ready for trial.
okay, we're gonna set this case for trial as well. Same day, March 17th. Okay. Now, this case is gonna be reset for trial as well. You're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
And you're gonna get your reset as well. You have a blessed day.
Take care.
You send you. Mr. Butler, do we have, there's a guy by the name of Devin Hamlin. He has a felony case set today. I guess it's set today. It says set with felony. Do you know if he-
We got back there is Perez in the sailor.
Oh, that's the guy was, yeah, his case is being, is that Burbank's client? Yeah, 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 that case has been, reset. His attorney is in trial.
See, yeah. We don't have any active.
That was for Devin Hammond, Your Honor?
Devin Hammond, yeah. What about, no. Burbank, well, Perez was the case, was where the guy was in trial, where his attorney was in trial, but Hammond, we was trying to see if Hammond was back there. Maybe across the hall in one of the felony courts. Get Dawn. Mr. Dawn, your full name is Ket Dawn? How you doing, Mr. Dawn? You doing it good? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Dawn, well, last time you was here, you reset your case to hire an attorney, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you hired your attorney?
Sir, it was out of my financial budget. You know, so, yeah.
You you like to apply for court-appointed attorney? Okay, she's gonna give you, two documents. Just hold on a minute. With, an affidavit and a judge's explanation. And hand it to him. Okay, Mr. Don, would you please step to this side? I'm gonna hand you two documents and two documents, you can step back to your original position. Now, the first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Same document you had previously signed. Now, on this document, you place, if you would like to apply for court-appointed attorney, you place your initials on the third, at the bottom, third line to the left, you sign and date it. Now, this document states that as a defendant in a criminal case, you have three options. Number one, you may hire an attorney. We understand that option. You have to speak up.
Yes, sir.
And, number two, if you want an attorney to represent you, but you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. But you must first fill out a financial questionnaire and that financial questionnaire is a document that is before you that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. You'd have to fill out the first page of that document, and on the second page, you'll fill out the top of the document where it states defendant's oath, and then you fill out the middle portion of that document that states unsworn declaration of defendant. Once you fill out that document, in those 2 pages, the proper person will determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Now, if you would like to waive or give up the right to an attorney to represent yourself, you cannot speak to the prosecutor about the case unless you first sign a written waiver. A written waiver is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering a Guilty Plea. Now, if you decide to waive your right to an attorney, you should be aware that there are dangers and disadvantages of self-representation. Waiving your right to an attorney representing yourself may result in the worst outcome for you and your case, including the loss of significant rights and opportunities relating to military service, possession of a firearm, housing and public benefits, child custody, immigration status for non-citizens, and employment. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, at the bottom of that document, the last paragraph, before we get to the bottom, before the judge signs, it states that if you choose to represent yourself, you may change your mind at any time and request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. Do you understand that? Now, at the bottom of that document in bold letters, it states defendant's choice, marking initials next to only one choice. If your choice is to hire your own attorney, you place your initials on the first line to the left. If your choice is to apply for a court-appointed attorney, then you place your initials on the third line to the left and the name of the attorney. Well, you'll just place your initials on the third line to the left. And then you assign the bottom of the document where it says defendant and you dated today's date, February 5th of 2025. Do you understand? Now, if you're representing yourself, you'll sign your signature on the 5th line and then sign your name on the line that side defendant and you were dated February 5th, 2025. Okay. Have you completed signing the first document?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Now, does he have a clipboard? We're gonna give you a clipboard and you can have a seat and fill out that document, the affidavit. You have to fill out the first page. And then the second page where it says defendant's oath. And then in the middle of the second page, it says unsworn declaration of defendant. Do you understand? And then stop. Okay, you can have a seat in the gallery and we'll call you back up when you finish. Now, this is cause number 24CCCR 1808, case of style of state of Texas versus Jason Monroe Murchison. Mr. Murchison, is that your full name?
Yes.
How are you doing, Mr. Murchison?
Great, God bless.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking, Mr. Murchison. You're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Morgan Provo. And Ms. Provo, how are you doing? That's good. Ms. Provo, what's your announcement in Mr. Murchison's case?
Your Honor, we would like to keep this case on announcement docket until we get discovery, and I just need one more sitting. Until I get my discovery.
Give us a reset date.
March 14th.
Are you having some problems getting the discovery from the DA's office?
No, I want for the video. to get some-
So you need a video. Okay. Okay, now, Mr. Murchison, your case is gonna be reset. Stand in front of the court coordinator, get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Becky, you're welcome. James Wilson Fields. Mr. Fields, your full name is James Wilson Fields.
Yes, sir.
How are you doing, Mr.
I'm
Fields?
doing great. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Fields, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Marvel Provo, and Attorney Provo. What is your announcement in Mr. Fields' case?
So I'd like to retain this on the announcement, docket.
Okay,
Mr. Fields, I think I just got his paper, he notified me today, yesterday, just to get this video. For another 30 days.
okay, give us a reset date. Okay, this case is reset for March 14, 2025. Mr. Fields, you're gonna get your reset from our coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go,
Thank you.
and you have a blessed day.
You too.
And Mr. and Miss Provo, I think this is the last case. You're free to go as well, and you have a blessed day.
Okay, thank you.
Amen.
Kevin Harmon. I need to, okay. This is cause number 23 CCCR 0450. Case is style of state of Texas versus Jacaven Harmon. Mr. Harmon, is that your full name? How are you doing, Mr. Harmon? I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Harmon, I have before me a motion to revoke your unadjudicated probation. This motion was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this motion, Mr. Harmon, it alleges that you, Jacaven Harmon, was tried in County Court at Law Number 2 of Jefferson County, Texas, on October 13 of 2023 for the offense of unlawful carrying a weapon. And the court found the evidence sufficient beyond the reasonable doubt to support a finding of guilt. However, the court deferred adjudication of guilt and placed you on deferred probation or unadjudicated probation for a period of 1 year. In this motion, Mr. Harmon, there are 3 allegations. The first allegation alleges that you, Jacaven Harmon, committed the offense of deadly conduct, discharged firearm in that on or about the 10th day of June of 2024 in Jefferson County, Texas, that you, Jacaven Harmon, did then and there knowingly discharge a firearm at or in the direction of a habitation, and the defendant was reckless as to whether the habitation was occupied. The habitation was occupied by Lakedra Reed against the peace and dignity of the state in violation of condition 1 of your probation order. Allegation number 2 alleges that you, Jacaven Harmon, failed to pay court-assessed fees as ordered by the court, and as of August 23rd, 2024, you were $307 in arrears in violation of condition 9 of your probation order. And allegation number 3 alleges that you, Jacaven Harmon, failed to perform community service hours as required by the court in violation of condition 17 of your probation order. Now, Mr. Harmon, if the court actually finds any one of these allegations to be true, your probation can be revoked. And if your probation is revoked, you could be assessed up to 365 days, which is a year in the county jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And a fine that does not exceed $4,000. Now, Mr. Harmon, there's a document that you should have before you that is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you see that document?
Yes.
And I'll go over that document with you. The document states, as a defendant in a criminal case, you have 3 options. Number 1, you may hire an attorney. Do you understand that option?
Yes.
Number 2, if you would like to have an attorney to represent you, but you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you. But you must first fill out a financial questionnaire so that the proper person can determine whether or not you qualify for a court-appointed attorney. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Now, the second option, well, the third option states that you may represent yourself. Do you understand that option? Now, if you would like to hire an attorney and you have enough money to hire an attorney, your case will be reset to give you an opportunity to hire an attorney. But if you like to have an attorney to represent you, but you do not have enough money to hire an attorney, you may request that an attorney be appointed to represent you, but you must first fill out a financial questionnaire. The financial questionnaire is another document that's before you. It's a 3-page document. It is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you see that document?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you'd have to fill out the first page of that document. And then on the second page, you would have to, at the top of the page, it says defendant's oath. And then you put unsworn, you have to fill out where it's on the second page where it says unsworn declaration. That's in the middle of the page. Do you see that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then you'll stop. Now, if you like to waive your right to an attorney, give up your right to have an attorney and represent yourself, you will have the opportunity to talk to one of the prosecutors or one of the assistant district attorneys that are in court today to see if you can work out a plea bargain agreement. Now, before you can talk to any one of the prosecutors, you must first sign a written waiver, waiving your right to have an attorney. Now, the written waiver is another document that is on that clipboard. It is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of Entering Guilty Plea or Proceeding to Trial. Do you see that document?
Yes, sir.
Now, you will have to read and sign that document. You'll sign it where it says defendant, and you place today's date, February 5th of 2025. Do you understand that? Now, let me explain this to you again. If you would like to hire an attorney, you will only have to sign that one document. Okay, the one document, and that document is judge's explanation of rights of defendants without attorney, you place your choice, and that's it. If you would like to see if you qualify for a court-appointed attorney, then you would have to sign the judge's explanation, initial the judge's explanation, and you would have to sign the affidavit of indigence, and then you stop. But if you would like to represent yourself, you will sign the judge's explanation, okay? With your initials at the bottom of that document and sign, and then you will sign the waiver. And then you'll stop. Do you understand? Okay, and so we're going to allow you to make your choice. You have a clipboard and a pen?
Yes.
Okay, you can go have a seat in the gallery, make your choice, and then when you finish, we'll call you back up.
Yes.
Okay, you're welcome.
Hey, Judge, it's Dustin Galmore. I'm here.
Okay, Mr. Galmore, let's see. Okay, you have Alfonso Martinez Jr. He's appearing on Zoom. Mr. Martinez, you can take your mic off of mute. Mr. Martinez, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. And Mr. Galmore, how are you doing?
I'm great, Judge. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. And Mr. Galmore, what's your announcement in Mr. Martinez's case?
Judge, we've got the discovery, but we haven't been able to watch the videos yet, so we're asking for another announcement date.
Give us a reset date. Okay, this case will be reset to March 14th, 2025. Mr. Martinez, your attorney and your bondsman will be given notice if you reset. Stay in contact with your attorney and your bondsman. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Galmore, your reset will be sent.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
This is your only case. You're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Thank you. Jefferson County Court Outlaw number 2 is back in session and cause number 24 CPCR 2314. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Gart Mathern. Mr. Mathern, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Mathern, do you swear affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth help you God? Mr. Mathern, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Mathern, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Mr. Mathern, before we get started, you have a right to have a court reporter to type down everything that's being said. You also have a right to waive or give up the right to have a court reporter. Do you waive or give up your right to have a court reporter? Waive? Okay. Now, Mr. Mathern, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled misdemeanor. Let me do this here. That's titled information. I also have in my hand 2 documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights to Defendants Without Attorney. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And are these initials on the line that state you would like to waive your right to an attorney and represent yourself? Okay. I also have another document that is titled Waiver of Counsel for Purposes of entering the guilty plea or proceeding to trial. You recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And again, Mr. Mathern, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand what you read?
Yes, sir.
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Mr. Mathern, as I mentioned to you earlier, I have a document on my computer that is titled information. This document was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this document, it alleges that you, Gart Mathern, on or about August 20th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the Class B misdemeanor offense of criminal trespass. Mr. Mathern, do you understand what you have been charged with? And to this charge, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, no contest? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Okay, Mr. Mathern, I also have before me a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature, there's a set of initials below a paragraph that's titled waiver, and next to a line that's next to a box that's checked guilty. You place your initials on this document right here.
Yeah.
The second set of initials is below a paragraph that is titled admonishment, and it's next to a statement that reads, I do not request discovery of evidence. I waive my right to request discovery in this case and choose to enter a plea of guilty or no contest. You place your initials in this location, this is West. On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
On the next document that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? Now, Mr. Mathern, before you sign and initial all of these documents that shows you, did you read the documents? Did you understand what you read? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Mathern, are you a citizen of the United States? State?
Say over standpoint.
Mr. Mathern, the state is offering state's exhibit number 1 to be used as evidence against you in your case. Now, state's exhibit number 1 is the first document on this tablet that you acknowledge that you recognize. And this is the same document that have your initials in the 2 locations on page 2 and your signature on page 3. The state would like to use this document as evidence in your case. Is it all right for the state to use this document as evidence in your case? Okay. No objections, state's exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Mathern, is there any evidence that you are currently mentally incompetent to stand trial? No evidence? Okay. Mr. Mathern, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 2 days in the Jefferson County Jail, credit for 2 days, and the state would also ask that that be applied towards court cost.
What is this court cost?
$277.
Mr. Mathern, the state is offering, it's served 2 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you would not be required to serve 2 days in Jefferson County Jail because you already served 2 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you already served. The court cost in this case is $277. You have 2 days that will be credited toward the $277 at $100 per day. So you have $200 that is credited toward the $277, which leaves a balance of $77. Are you able to pay the $77 today? Okay. Now, Mr. Mathern, do you understand the state's offer? You think the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Okay, Mr. Mathern, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Mathern, you will stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go downstairs to the county clerk's office, which is right below us. You go to the counter, you present your judgment to them. They are going to, you're going to pay them $77 balance. And then you will come back upstairs with your receipt and present it to the court coordinator. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, please stand next to the bailiff. Oh, yeah, okay. We need to get the correct amount that you would have to pay for the court costs. Okay, so the balance, the court cost in this case is $344. You would have a $444, right? What's the balance? I think the balance is $344. I thought somebody told me. Okay, so the court is back in session, in the punishment, phase of, clause number 24 CCCR 2314, State of Texas versus Gart McThurn. And Mr. McThurn, the state is offering that you serve 2 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you will not be required to serve any more time in the Jefferson County Jail in this case because you will be given credit for 2 days that you've already served. The court cost in this case is $337, which was that, like I told you earlier, it was $277. So it's $337, made that correction. And you will be given 2 days credit toward that $337 at $100 per day. And so that's $200 will be credited toward the $337, which leaves a balance of $137. Would you be able to pay the balance of $137? Okay, all right. So you'll go downstairs to pay it, and then when you pay it, you'll come back up here. All right. And stand in front of the coordinator. Thank you. This is cause number 24 CCCR 2834, case of style of state of Texas versus Ricky Tron Nguyen. Mr. Nguyen, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, would you please raise your right hand? Mr. Nguyen, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Nguyen, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Mr. Nguyen? You doing good?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, you are represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Langston Adams. Attorney Adams, do you waive a record in Mr. Nguyen's case?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, it alleged that you, Ricky Tron Nguyen, on or about November 23rd of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, operating a motor vehicle in a public place, that you committed the Class A misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated. The state, are you abandoning an enhancement paragraph?
That's correct, Your Honor.
State is abandoning an enhancement paragraph, and what that means, Mr. Nguyen, is that instead of being charged with a Class A misdemeanor, you'll be charged with a lesser included offense, a Class B misdemeanor. And Mr. Nguyen, how do you plead to well, first of all, do you understand that you're being charged with a lesser included offense? Now, how do you plead to the Class B misdemeanor offense of driving while intoxicated, which allegedly occurred on or about November 23rd, 2023, while you, Ricky Trong Nguyen, was operating a motor vehicle in a public place in Jefferson County, Texas? How do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
No comment.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes.
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges? Now, Mr. Nguyen, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled misdemeanor plea admonishment. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials N or N on a line next to a box that's checked no contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes, sir.
On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
And on the next document, that's titled trial court certification of defendant's right of appeal, you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
At the top of this document, there's one box that's checked. The box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. You understand that statement? And I also have a document on paper that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney, Mr. Adams, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that Mr. Adams went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes, sir.
Except for states one.
Any objections?
No.
No objection. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Adams, you've advised and counseled Mr. Nguyen. Is there any evidence that he is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No.
Mr. Nguyen, your attorney, Mr. Adams, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes, sir.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
The agreement in this case is 2 years deferred probation with a $750 fine, 80 hours community service, the installation and maintaining of an interlock device, and GWIC conditions of probation. Defense has also requested that the defendant be placed on a mental health caseload.
What is this court cost? Okay, Mr. Nguyen, the state is offering that you serve 2 years deferred adjudicated probation. During the 2-year probationary period, you'll be required to pay a fine of $750. Plus court costs of $372. You will be required to pay a DWI conviction fine of $100. Probation fee of $60 a month, urinalysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15. You'll also be required to pay Jefferson County DWI education and initial evaluation fee of $125 on the day of the plea. Should a further evaluation be needed, you'll be required to pay an additional $50. Now, your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $133 a month. Will you be able to pay the $133 each month? All right. Now, you also be required to perform 80 hours of community service, install an interlock device on any vehicle that you own or operate, attend and complete a DWI education class, have an alcohol assessment. You will also be placed in the mental health caseload and adhere to the other standard terms and conditions of this probation. Mr. Nguyen, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes, sir.
And do you accept the state's offer?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Nguyen, I'll follow the plea bargain agreement that you have entered into with the state. Mr. Nguyen, you will stand in front of the court coordinator, follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you're finished following the directions of the bailiff, you're free to go, and you have a blessed day.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. And you're free to go as well, Mr. Adams. Okay, Mr. Harmon. I need you to, raise your right hand. Mr. Harmon, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Mr. Harmon, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Harmon, how are you doing? That's good. Now, Mr. Harmon, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation of Rights of Defendants Without Attorney. You recognize this document?
Yes, sir.
And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes, sir.
And are these your initials on the line that state you like to apply for court-appointed attorney?
Yes, sir.
I also have another document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Indigence. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that's titled defendant signature. Is this your signature? Mr. Harmon, before you signed and initialed all of these documents that I just showed you, did you read the document? Did you understand what you read?
Yes,
And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
yes.
Okay, Mr. Harmon, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. And the attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Giles Cole. Attorney Cole will be given information to contact you. And you will also be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator will give you that information. Once she gives you that information, you'll be free to go. And you have a blessed day.
Yes, sir. You too.
Okay. Okay, please stand in front of the court coordinator. And yes, Mr. Gillum, you may be excused. You have a blessed day.
Thanks.
At dawn. Okay. This is cause number 24CCC 1096. Case is styled the state of Texas versus Get Don. Mr. Don, is that your full name?
Yes.
Don, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Mr. Don, you may put your hand down. Again, Mr. Don, how are you doing? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. Now, Mr. Don, I have before me two documents. The first document is titled Judge's Explanation rights to defend us while attorney recognize this document. And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant? And are these your initials on the line that state you'd like to apply for court appointed attorney?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled Jefferson County Affidavit of Injuries. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant signature. Is this your signature?
Yes, sir.
Now, Mr. Don, before you sign and initial these documents, did you read the documents? To understand what you read? Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Mr. Don, I read your answers. Based on your answers, you meet the eligibility requirements for the appointment of a court-appointed attorney. An attorney that will be appointed to represent you in this case is Attorney Mark Faggart. Attorney Faggart will be given information to contact you. And you will also be given information to contact him. Our court coordinator is going to give you that information. Once you get the information from the court coordinator, you'll be free to go. You have a blessed day. Please have a seat in that second chair on the wall.
Thank
You're welcome. Alizé Chardonnay Mouton. You can get a prosecutor. Yeah, Mr. Boudreaux, Mr. Butler, we give one of the prosecutors out back. I don't know. This is Miss Mouton. I don't know whose case it is. Miss Mouton, your full name is Alizé Chardonnay Mouton?
Yeah.
Ms. Mouton, would you please raise your right hand? Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yeah,
You may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Mouton?
good, you remember my name?
Yes. And Ms. Mouton, you're represented in your case by your attorney, Attorney Don Boudreaux. Attorney Boudreaux, how are you doing?
Just fine.
Yes. Mr. Boudreaux, do you waive a record
Yes,
in
sir.
Ms. Mouton's case? Okay, Ms. Mouton. I have before me on my computer a document that is titled Information Sheet. This information sheet was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information sheet, it alleges that you, Alizé Chardonnay Mouton, on or about December 5th of 2023, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed the class A misdemeanor offense of failure to identify fugitive with intent to give false information. Ms. Mouton, do you understand what you have been charged with?
Yes,
And to this charge, Ms. Mouton, how do you plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
no contact.
Are you pleading no contest freely and voluntarily?
Yes,
And are you pleading no contest because you do not wish to fight or contest the charges?
yes,
Ms. Mouton, I also have before me on my tablet a document that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishments. This document was also labeled as State's Exhibit #1. Ms. Mouton, Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials, AM, on a line. Next to a box that's checked nolo contendere, which means no contest. Did you place your initials on this document?
Yes.
On page 3 of the same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled defendant. Is this your signature?
Yes.
And on the next document that's titled trial court certification, the defendant's right of appeal. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
On the same document, there are 2 boxes that's checked at the top. First box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
Second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement?
Yes.
I also have a document that is titled discovery certification. Do you recognize this document?
Yes.
Is this your signature on the line that's titled defendant?
Yes.
Ms. Mouton, before you sign and initial these documents, did your attorney, Mr. Boudreau, go over these documents with you?
Yes.
And did you understand everything that Mr. Boudreau went over?
Yes, sir.
Is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Mouton, are you a citizen of the United States?
Yes.
State upper states 1.
Any objections, Mr.
No,
Boudreau?
sir.
No objections. States exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Boudreau, you advised and counseled Ms. Mouton. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
No, sir.
Ms. Mouton, your attorney, Mr. Boudreau, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation?
Yes.
Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation?
Yes.
Ms. Mouton, I will accept your plea of no contest. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
We do, Your Honor.
And what is the agreement?
In exchange for defendant's plea, the state's offering 1 year deferred probation. Fine is to be waived in this case, 60 hours community service plus court cost.
Okay. What is her co-cost? And Mr. Boudreau, you were appointed in this case, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Ms. Mouton, the state is offering that you serve 1 year deferred adjudicated probation. During the 1 year probationary period, you will not be required to pay a fine because the fine will be waived. However, you will be required to pay court costs of $277. You'll be required to pay a probation fee of $60 a month, your analysis fee of $15 a month, reimbursement fee of $15, You'll be required to reimburse Jefferson County court-appointed attorney's fees of $350. Your total monthly installments, that is the total amount that you will be required to pay each month while you're on probation, is $140 a month. Will you be able to pay the $140 each month?
Yes.
You will also be required to perform 60 hours of community service, and you will be required to adhere to the standard terms and conditions of this probation. Ms. Mouton, do you understand the state's offer?
Yes.
Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just?
Yes.
Do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Mouton, I'll follow the people in agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Mouton, if you successfully complete this probationary period, this case will be dismissed. It will not result in a conviction in the record, and you may qualify for non-disclosure. You can talk to your attorney about the non-disclosure because he's quite confident in those matters. Now, Ms. Boudreaux, excuse me, Ms. Mouton, please stand in front of the court coordinator. Follow the directions of the bailiff. Once you finish following the directions of the bailiff, you'll be free to go and you have a blessed day. And Mr. Boudreaux, this is your last case, your only case. You're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay, this is clause number 24 CCCR 0532. Case is filed, the state of Texas versus Kiara L. Pickett. Ms. Pickett, is that your full name?
Yes, sir.
Now, Ms. Pickett, well, first of all, Ms. Pickett, how are you doing?
I'm doing fine, still.
I'm doing fine, thanks for asking. Now, Ms. Pickett, you're representing your case by your attorney, Attorney Giles Cole. Mr. Cole is not here. Court has just been informed that he had a family emergency. And so your case is going to be reset to give you an opportunity to meet with Mr. Cole.
Okay.
Okay, so, I see that you are expecting, or you expect,
Yes, sir.
how soon?
May the 5th.
Okay, so we will be reset. She's gonna, I was just trying to see when is the time to reset your case.
Okay.
So she's gonna, reset your case for next month, March 5th. And then once you get your reset, you're free to go. And we hope that you have a healthy child and that you're healthy as well.
Thank you so much.
All right. Just get your reset. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. You say March 5th, right? next week? Okay,
Yes.
okay, your case is gonna be reset, you're gonna get your reset from, the court coordinator. Once you get your reset, you're free to go and you have a blessed day.
Did I print anything for?
Come on now. Ms. Johnson? Johnson. Yeah, just stay right there. Jefferson County Court at number 2 is back in session. The court is in session and calls number 24 CCCR 2232, case of style of the state of Texas versus Deanna Lynn Johnson. Ms. Johnson, is that your full name? Ms. Johnson, would you please raise your right hand? Ms. Johnson, do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Ms. Johnson, you may put your hand down. How are you doing, Ms. Johnson? Okay, Ms. Johnson, you're represented in your case by Attorney David Grove. Attorney Grove, how are you doing?
Real good, Judge. Thank you.
And Mr. Grove, do you waive a record in Ms. Johnson's case?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Johnson, the state is represented in this case by Attorney Shane Hilton. Attorney Hilton, how are you doing?
Good, Your Honor. How are you?
I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And Ms. Johnson, I have before me a document that is titled Information. This information was filed by the Jefferson County District Attorney's Office. In this information, Ms. Johnson, it alleges that you, Deanna Lynn Johnson, on or about August 11th of 2024, while you were in Jefferson County, Texas, that you committed to Class B misdemeanor offensive theft. Ms. Johnson, do you understand what you've been charged with? Yes. And to this charge, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, no contest? Guilty, are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you are guilty? Ms. Johnson, I also have before me a document on my tablet that is titled Misdemeanor Plea Admonishment. Do you recognize this document? On page 2 of this same document, there's a set of initials on a line next to a box that's checked guilty. Did you place your initials on this document? On page 3 of this same document, there's a signature above the line that is titled Defendant. Is this your signature? And on the next document, that's titled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Right of Appeal. Do you recognize this document? At the top of this, well, at the bottom of this document, there's a signature on the line that's titled Defendant. Is this your signature? At the top of this document, there are 2 boxes checked. The first box that's checked states that this is a plea bargain case and you have no right of appeal. Do you understand that statement? The second box that's checked states that you're waiving your right to an appeal, which means you're giving up your right to an appeal. Do you understand that statement? I also have a document in my hand on paper that is titled Discovery Certification. Do you recognize this document? And is this your signature on the line that's titled Defendant? Ms. Johnson, before you sign and initial all of these documents that I just showed you, did your attorney go over these documents with you? Yes. And did you understand everything that your attorney went over? And is everything in these documents true and correct to the best of your knowledge? Ms. Johnson, are you a citizen of the United States? State, would you like to offer State's Exhibit number 1?
Yes, Your Honor. We offer State's Exhibit 1.
No objection, Your Honor.
No objection. State's Exhibit number 1 will be admitted. Mr. Grove, you've advised and counseled Ms. Johnson. Is there any evidence that she is currently mentally incompetent to stand trial?
None that I'm aware of, Judge.
Ms. Johnson, your attorney, Mr. Grove, has advised and counseled you. Are you satisfied with his representation? Yes, sir. Has he provided full, effective, and competent legal representation? Yes. Ms. Johnson, I will accept your plea of guilty. I will find that you are mentally competent to stand trial. I will also find that your plea and waivers were freely and voluntarily given. And I will also find that there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. State, do we have a plea bargain agreement?
Yes, we do, Your Honor.
And what is that agreement?
We would offer for 10 days county jail with credit for time that's served, and she's served 10 days, Your Honor. And we'd ask for credit and taxable and credit with the court costs.
Tax credit for court costs. Okay. Ms. Johnson, the state is offering that you serve 10 days in Jefferson County Jail, but you would not have to serve 10 days in the Jefferson County Jail because you've already served 10 days in Jefferson County Jail. Therefore, you'll be given credit for the time that you've already served. The court costs in this case will be taxed and retired, which means that you will not be required to pay the court costs. because the time that you spent in jail has already paid it off. Therefore, the court costs will be taxed and retired. Ms. Johnson, do you understand the state's offer? Do you think that the state's offer in your case is fair and just? And do you accept the state's offer? Ms. Johnson, I'll follow the plea bargaining agreement that you have entered into with the state. Ms. Johnson, this will conclude your case. You're gonna stand next to the bailiff, follow her directions. Once you finish following the bailiff directions, Ms. Johnson, you're free to go and you have a blessed day. Okay. And the court, will be in recess until 1:30 when we resume our trial docket. Mr. Groves, you're free to go. You have a blessed day. Prosecutors, you're also free to go and y'all have a blessed day.